Alright, let's dive in. No fluff, just the raw stuff. This is how you change beliefs, shift perceptions, and unlock your true power. Because guess what? Your brain, it doesn't give a damn about truth. It cares about what feels familiar, sticky, and comfortable. So let's shake that up. Let's teach your brain how to feel what's truly empowering and how to reprogram those limiting beliefs like a goddamn pro. First rule, create confusion. This is the foundation. Your brain doesn't like confusion, it hates it. It's like that annoying song stuck in your head that you can't shake. But here's the magic. When you confuse someone just enough, it opens a tiny little gap in their brain. The gate. It's like opening a door and letting the light in. Without confusion, you've got no access to someone's core beliefs. Period. Example, you walk into a room full of people who think they know everything about you. They've already got you pegged. But then you do something unexpected, like say, ask a question that challenges their assumption. What if everything that we think about X is completely wrong? Bam, you've got their attention. Their brain is now going to wait a second, and confusion enters. This opens up that little window, and guess what? They're ready to listen. Now, why do you want to create confusion? Because when their brain is confused, it's more open to new possibilities. That's when you can install a new belief. You've cracked the door open. Now let's walk through it. Second rule. Offer a better feeling frame. Confusion alone doesn't cut it. You can't just leave someone dangling in a state of uncertainty. No. You need to give them something better to feel. Something that feels right and empowering. Example. Let's say you're trying to get someone to believe they're not stuck in their life. You've created the confusion by asking about their current beliefs. But you don't leave them hanging. Now you shift the frame and you show them a different way of looking at things. What if instead of being stuck, you're just in a temporary holding pattern while the next big thing is waiting for you? What if all of this is just a stepping stone? This is the part where you offer new perspective. You're not giving them a pat on the back, but you're showing them how to reframe their situation. The emotional energy is key here. The goal is to create a sense of hope, excitement, and relief. Third rule, anchor it emotionally so it sticks. This is the final step where the magic happens. You've created confusion, shifted the frame. Now you need to anchor that feeling. You want it to be sticky, unforgettable. You want this new belief to embed itself so deep in their psyche. It's like it's been there all along. For example, you've shown them a new frame, but you need to anchor it. This is where you tie an emotionally charged experience to that new belief. Maybe you ask them to imagine themselves in their future, successful, fulfilled, happy. What are they doing? How do they feel? What are the details of their life now they've shifted their perspective? You tie that version to an emotional feeling, the deep relief of being free. Then you anchor it. Get them to touch their thumb and finger together, or take a deep breath, or even tap their chest, whatever works. So every time they think of that new belief, they associate it with that positive feeling. That's emotional anchoring, and it's how beliefs stick. Now when you think back to that moment, they'll remember how they felt. And that emotional charge, it'll tie them to a new belief. That's how you change the game. That's how you rewire the brain. Let's break down why all this works. When you create confusion, your brain goes into cognitive dissonance. That's a fancy term for when your beliefs don't align with your reality. And your brain feels that tension. It doesn't like it. But that discomfort is the gateway to change. Your brain is trying to resolve the conflict, and it's more open to new information. You've basically shaken it awake. Then you offer a new belief, a better one that feels better, which is key. Your brain loves things that feel good and align with your desires. When you tie that belief to emotion, you make it stick. That emotional charge is what gives the belief its power. And guess what? When you've anchored it, it's like a permanent upgrade. The old belief doesn't have a place to return. So how does all this help you? Imagine this, your life is full of limiting beliefs. I'm not good enough. I can't change. I'll never be successful. You've heard them 1,000 times. They're like a broken record in your head. But what if you could interrupt those patterns? What if you could get rid of the fear, the self-doubt, the paralysis, and start shifting how you view the world instantly? What if you could make beliefs that once held you back disappear? Think about it. You could stop giving a fuck about people's opinions. Stop being afraid of what's going to happen and start acting. That's freedom. That's power. So why does this scare you? Here's the thing. You're probably afraid of two things. One, change is uncomfortable. The brain hates it. It wants to stay in its familiar little box where it's safe, even if that box is keeping you stuck. Second, people's reactions. You're afraid of what others think of your transformation. Will they judge you? Will they think you've gone crazy? But here's the kicker. The truth is, you can't control what people think. And the longer you stay stuck in those old beliefs, the longer you stay trapped in that box. You're literally feeding your own prison. So stop doing that. What are the top patterns that keep you stuck? Procrastination. You wait for things to be perfect, then nothing ever gets done. Self-doubt. You second-guess every decision, even though deep down, you know you can do it. People-pleasing. You try to make everyone happy while abandoning your own needs. Fear of rejection. You play small, hoping no one notices you, because being invisible is safer. These patterns drain you. They suppress you. They make you feel small. And they need to be interrupted now. So how do you pace and lead with this? You don't need to force change on anyone. It's not about bulldozing their beliefs. It's about pacing them first, showing them that you understand their current situation. Then you lead them gently to where you want them to go, just like you do with yourself. This is how you build rapport, by connecting to their beliefs first. You show them you're on their side, and then you slowly take them to a new belief, a belief that will empower them. And that, my friend, is how you rewire not just your beliefs, but anyone else's. It's like a Trojan horse that slips into the subconscious. And when it arrives, all that's left is wisdom. So what's the takeaway? Your brain craves the familiar, but you can make the familiar something empowering. By creating confusion, offering new perspectives, and anchoring emotions, you install new beliefs effortlessly. And once you've unlocked this, your life changes. You stop being a slave to the old beliefs, and you become a master of your own destiny. Now go out and use this. Stop fucking around. Change the game.